All right, guys, and welcome back to another video by OPM. And if you're here today watching this video, that means that you want to learn how to start trading the Forex market, but you know nothing about the Forex market. Well, essentially, what we're doing today is that we're going to be giving you guys the lesson one, and this is part one of a four-part video. This is part one of a four-part series where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to trade the Forex market. But before you actually dive into any of that, you first need to understand what the Forex market is, what is traded in the Forex market, and how to even get involved with the markets as a whole. The Forex market is a very, very large market. And there's a lot of misconceptions about what Forex is and how to get involved in it. And that's why you see the scam rate is actually intensely high because people actually feed off other people's misinformation. But what I'm actually here is to give you the right information so you can actually get into the market yourself and actually learn how to navigate the markets yourself. Everyone watching this video, I want you to be successful in trading. I want you to end up profitable and I want you to end up making money on the charts because it will genuinely bring joy to my heart to see that thousands of traders amongst the OPM community actually making money from the market and actually being profitable. That's what I'm here for, and that's why I'm building a community such as. I plan to build the largest trading community in the entire world, but I'm going to start off with the UK, obviously, because that's where I'm from. And then from there, we actually move globally. I want thousands of traders making money on the charts because I've spent 7 years trading. I've been trading since I was 16. I'm 23 now. And I'm actually at the point where I want to see other people grow in the Forex market and also let other people watch my growth as a trader in evolving into from what I am now into what I may become in the next 5 or 10 years. I want to bring you guys along that journey with me. So that's why I do these videos. That's why I'm making this course. That's why I'm showing you guys how I trade so that you can see me grow and I can see you grow as well. One thing I know about human beings is that we love growth. So let's watch each other grow and let's actually get into it. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. And we're just going to cover, first of all, module one, which is what is trading. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here it says in your first lesson, you will learn what trading means, the assets you can trade, and who you're competing with in the Forex market. So without further ado, we'll go on to the next slide. Understanding the Forex market. So here, before you learn how to trade, you will need to understand what the Forex market really is. This is where all the money moves, where banks, institutions, and retail traders like us exchange one currency for another every single day. So what that looks like is currencies always they always come in pairings. Currencies always have to be paired against another in the Forex market. So if you see something like the euro against the dollar, or you see the symbol euro USD, that simply means that euro is paired against the dollar. And euro being paired against the dollar, you have euro, which is the base currency, and you have the dollar, which is the quote currency. So that what that essentially means is that 1 euro will be quoted against how much $1 is worth, and that's how you see the price movements. So with that, we're talking about a market that moves over $7.5 trillion daily. That's more than the stock market, more than the crypto market, and more than the commodities market combined. However, there actually is an interesting fact, which is that the crypto stock and commodity markets are all embedded into the forex market. That's why us forex traders can actually trade things such as Tesla. We can trade things such as BTC, and we can also trade things such as gold. They're all embedded into the forex market. There's no market bigger than the forex market. It's literally where economies exchange their currencies with one another, where banking institutions exchange billions and trillions of dollars daily on a daily basis. And what we want to do as forex traders is simply get our cut. When you master forex, you're actually mastering the heartbeat of the global economy. So let's actually dive a bit deeper into this and let's actually understand what we're getting into here. So what is forex? For short, forex is actually foreign exchange. Is the market where currencies are traded in pairs. For example, like I mentioned earlier, euro USD, we have euro against the dollar. GBP JPY, we have British pound against the Japanese yen. USD against CAD, that is US dollar against the Canadian dollar. If you're trading if you're trading these, if you're trading the relationship between two currencies, if you believe one will rise in value compared to the other, you buy. And if you believe one will fall, you sell. So, for example, if you look at something like Euro USD, and you believe that the euro economy is actually rising, what would you do to Euro USD? You will want to buy Euro USD, right? Because Euro USD is the base currency, and then you have USD, which you have Euro, which is the base currency, and you have USD, which is the quote currency. So if you believe that the euro is going to rise against the dollar, you buy Euro USD. And if you believe that the dollar is going to strengthen against the euro, then what you will do is that you will sell Euro USD. So that's actually how you understand market bias and whatnot. For example, if you buy Euro USD, you're betting that the euro will get stronger than the dollar. If that happens, you profit, and if the opposite happens, you lose. So there's both sides. There's two sides into forex trading. There's a side where you win, and there's a side where you lose. But what a lot of people don't actually understand how to manage within themselves is risk management, and that's something we'll get into maybe in part 3 or part 4 of this trading course. But this is simply just to introduce you to guys into what is Forex and how to even get involved in it. So now you actually have a base understanding of what is Forex. Now we're going to move into the next segment of this course. And that's how Forex works. So Forex works in this way. Forex is traded in lots. Pips and leverage is three key concepts every trader must understand. So lot sizes is the size of your trade. A standard lot is equal to 100,000 units. What that looks like in real life. So let me give you a real life example. If you have one lot on a trade on Euro USD, that means that you are in a trade with one one lot is worth $10 or €10, whatever currency you're trading. So one lot equals €10. So let's say for instance, now we get into pips, which is the smallest movement in price. So if one lot means $10 or €10 or 10 yen per pip, right? That's what you're getting per pip. So if price moves 50 pips to the upside, then you would have made £500, or you would have made €500, or you would have made $500, because remember, one lot equals $10, or one lot equals £10, depending on the currency you're trading. So, for example, if your USD moves from 1.1000 to 1000, 1.1010, then that's a 10 pip move. And if you're on a 10 pip move on a one lot, that means you would have made £100, or you would have made $100 or €100. Leverage allows you to control larger positions with smaller capital. So us forex traders, we do enjoy leverage because it gives us access to money we don't necessarily have. For example, with a 1 to 100 leverage account, £100 you can control £10,000 worth of currency. But this also increases risk, because the higher your leverage, the higher you can lose, the more you can lose, because of the you can now place larger positions with smaller capital. This is both a win, and also it can be a double-edged sword within forex trading. It can be a double-edged sword, because that means that you can lose more, but also means you can make more. But with the right mismanagement and the right mindset, you'll be able to profit off the market at 110%. When the market moves, the forex market moves, runs 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and split into four main sessions. These four main sessions are the Sydney session. So you got the Sydney session, then you got the Tokyo session, and you got the London session, and then you got the New York session. There are different names for these sessions, and I will be covering that in another video. But as for right now, you can keep them as the Sydney session. You can keep them. So the Sydney session is the evening session. Then you got the Tokyo session, which is the Asian session, which is overnight. Then you got the London session, which is from the morning to about midday, and then you got the New York session, which is about midday, which is about 12 p.m. UK time to about 3 p.m. UK time. Each session has its own personality, and we will be getting into how to identify what each session does in each type of currency pair, or each type of asset, because there's a way to actually read these sessions and understand what they mean, and how to actually get in trades based off what session you're trading and whatnot. We will get into all of that, but for right now, you just need to understand that these sessions exist. Each session has its own personality. London, that's fast, volatile, perfect for day trading. Simply meaning that price does really big expansions or moves. Price can manipulate or do really big moves in the London session. Then you got the New York session, which is more powerful moves than London sessions, and it actually overlaps with the London session as well, the New York session. So you get 3 to 400 pip moves or 100 pip moves, and you can actually make a lot of money from actually predicting these moves using three different types of analysis. So you will want to write this down. By the way, you do want to take notes during this video. You definitely want to take notes. So we have three types of analysis when it comes to forex trading. We got we got technical analysis, we got fundamental analysis, and we got sentimental analysis. Technical analysis is us looking at charts, looking at how price movements can, looking at the actual price movements to predict where price may move to next. Then you got fundamental analysis, which is actually looking at the economic state of the world, geopolitical tensions between different economies, and actually understanding how those tensions affect the market. Then we got sentiment, and that's simply how do people feel about the market? How do people feel about the US economy? How do people feel about gold? How do people feel about silver? So I presume you're starting to understand how Forex works and what it is about. So without further ado, we're going to move into the next segment of this video. And I think this is going to be the last segment of this video. And this is simply why Forex is powerful. Forex is influenced by economic events. So remember, I said that earlier, geopolitical tensions, and this is fundamental analysis, and this is what you want to get into later down in your Forex journey. But for right now, you need to learn the technicals, then you need to learn the fundamentals, then you learn sentiment. But then sentiment is really just you looking at like social media or like looking at different sentiment websites that you can actually see how market sentiment is moving. So we have central banks and we have news releases. You start to see how interest rates, inflation, and global events move the market. Remember, this is all fundamental analysis. For example, when the US raises interest rates, the USD usually strengthens. When there's uncertainty, traders often buy safe haven currencies like JPY or CHF. Also, when there's uncertainty, traders also buy things like commodities such as gold or commodities such as silver. You see those assets start to rally because those are seen as safe haven assets, safe haven things that you can dump your money into when there's uncertainty within the market. So if you look at gold right now, gold is literally making new all-time highs every single week. Why is that happening? It's happening because there is geopolitical tension between countries such as the USA, China, Israel. If you look at what's happening in the world right now, it's in chaos. And in chaos, people dump their money into commodities that can hold their value. And gold is just a main one. Gold is like the main thing investors run to when there's crisis. Other markets, just for context, you hear about stock market, crypto markets, and commodities, but forex is where you learn discipline, precision, and consistency. But remember, the crypto, commodity, and stock market is all part of the Forex market. So you can actually benefit from all these different markets through the Forex market. Um, Everything else becomes easier once you understand the flow of currency. Stocks equals companies, commodities equals raw materials like gold, oil. If you look at things such as oil, during like wars and whatnot or geopolitical crisis, or even let's say for instance with what's happening in Ukraine, with Russia and Ukraine, Israel, you will see the price of oil spike because during conflict oil spikes. During recessions like when we had COVID-19, we saw oil drop down to nearly zero. We saw oil drop down to nearly zero during 2020 because oil was not in demand. Remember, everyone was in lockdown, so that's how you could have profited off things such as like a lockdown. You can make money where other people won't necessarily see to make money with the power of what I'm teaching you here. And then we got crypto, which equals digital currencies, 24/7 market. So the forex market, which is currencies, commodities, stocks, X, Y, and Z, you will see the market running 24/5, which is 5 days a week, 24 hours. Then you got the crypto market, which runs 24/7. But Forex is the foundation of the markets and how you understand how to read markets, how you understand where markets is moving, how you understand all these things. So that is just the first lesson covered. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys a brief understanding into what forex is and how you can actually capitalize off the market. So I hope you guys have learned. I hope you guys have learned, and now we can switch back to the main camera now. I hope you guys have learned what forex is. I hope you guys have actually gotten an insight as to what you're getting into as traders. Do you know this is not just a 1 day journey where you can just get in and start making money. No, you first need to understand. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you the understanding. Remember, I want to see you guys grow, and I also want you to see me grow as a trader as well. As much as I'm doing this for you guys, I'm doing this for myself as well. Do you know what I mean? So at the same time, I do appreciate you guys watching this video, and for those who stay to the end, I do see great things happening in your life. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. 110%. Just stay consistent. Wait for the next video to drop, and I'll be dropping real soon. I'm not gonna take as long as I did with this one. I'm gonna drop the next video real soon, and then we're gonna get into some live trading. We're gonna do a lot of link ups. Like we're even planning to host an event for traders and X, Y, and Z. But yeah, just stay tuned, guys, and stay tuned for the next video. It's been OPM, and I hope you enjoyed this first lesson. Stay tuned for part 2, part 3, and part 4. Eventually we'll get into the advanced, and then we'll do advanced part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and then we'll just go from there. You know what I'm saying? I want to take you guys along this journey. So yeah, thank you.